if there's any videos that you want me to react to, let me know that in the comment section below. Let's go. This video, I don't know. If there's any like specific videos from Mr. Nightmare I haven't reacted to, it's kind of hard because I've reacted to a lot of Mr. Nightmare videos, but I haven't reacted to all of them, but I'm damn near. But let's go. Sup? No. What? Hopefully
I was at home alone playing Call of Duty between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. During this time, I got a phone call from a random phone number, and of course, the first thing I think of is that it's just somebody who's either prank calling me or just doesn't have the right number.
Yeah.
After I hung up, a few seconds later, I received a phone call from the same number. When this happened, I'll admit I felt a little chill run down my spine, but since I was home alone, I was thinking that if this person was just prank calling me, I could say whatever I want until either I or the person hangs up. So I answered it. I said hello in a sort of annoyed voice, but there was no response. Instead, all I heard was something that still freaks me out. I heard what sounded like a cat hissing, but in a much deeper pitch. Of course, out of surprise, I became defensively hostile. I said into the phone, "Look, buddy, if you call this number again, I'll have my friend who's a police officer track this number and arrest you." But this didn't even faze whoever was on the other end of the phone. Instead, all I got in response was disturbing, low-pitched laughter. My heart dropped. "Why are you calling?" I said.
"Why are you still on the phone with this mother clucker?" I said.
Then, this is what still gives me nightmares to this day. As clear as day, in a dark, almost demonic voice, I heard, "I'm just waiting for you to come upstairs."
If I can take one of these junks and just chew them without cracking the hell out of my teeth, I would. Cause not only did somebody, yo bitch ass, did not check the checklist, Lord only knows how long he's been in the house. She probably get one off. Got about 2-3 condoms. No Adidas. You got all that coming to you.
Without hesitation, I ran out of the house and ran across the street to my friend's house and asked his dad to call my dad while trying to explain to him what happened at the same time. After he called my dad, my friend's dad called the police. They arrived in 5 minutes and found nothing upstairs.
My ass.
But they did find the back door open.
Oh, no. They found the back door open. Is that like saying, is that like his way of saying that he's gonna cluck you up from behind, no condom necessary? Cause like, is your back door open equivalent to your...
My dad used to be a paramedic, and after he retired, he remained good friends with a lot of people, one of them being my godmother, Sally. Sally owned a bunny farm and was very friendly. My family and I loved her dearly, and my parents decided to make her my godmother, but she also had a brother named Terry.
Oh.
Terry was a very quiet man. He never said much and kinda had a weird vibe on him, but he was never around that much, so I didn't give it much thought. It was Thanksgiving, and we all decided to eat together. It was a great dinner, but his presence just really made me uncomfortable.
Boy!
While they were over, my godmother and I were working on the computer my parents used, and I noticed my brother and Terry were in the family room. I went out to see them just watching TV. Nothing was going on. The next day, we all went to church, and Terry asked me if my brother had a Facebook account. I said no, because that was the truth. My brother wasn't into social media. But my thoughts began to wonder why he wanted to befriend my younger brother. At some point, he added me on Facebook, and I noticed that his avatar was that anonymous figure. Weird. Why didn't he have his face on his account? I got an instant message from him.
Weird. Why are you still part of this family? I would have signed divorce papers ASAP, way before, well in advance of Thanksgiving. Cause I'd be damned if I eat all this good ass food. You got somebody over there on the other side of the table vibe way the hell off. Cause see, at that point, I would have just like, if I was eating with that motherfucker Terry, that's his name, Terry. If I was just eating and I just couldn't stand it, no, I would just. I was just been eating the whole time. My mind is just racing because his vibe is held like way off the fucking charts. I've been eating. Alright! I can't take this shit no more! I can't take this shit no more! Terry, his vibe is off! I'm eating upstairs. I'm either eating upstairs or I'm signing some divorce papers ASAP. Because Terry bitch ass is, you don't feel his vibe? His aura is like, oh shit. I'm either eating upstairs or I'm signing some divorce papers. What's it gonna be? Terry, shut that shit up! Clock? My good. My zipper up? Okay. Alright.
The chat went like this. Hey there, he said.
Oh no.
Hi. What are you doing up so late? I'm a night owl, so I'm usually up late. Doesn't that make your parents mad? He said. They don't mind, I said. A naughty girl, aren't we?
Oh,
Staying
God.
up late.
Jesus.
Would you like to chat?
Oh.
Actually, I gotta go now. I have homework, I said, quickly going invisible and closing him out. What the hell kind of chat was that? He was talking to me like I was some slut or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to go to his account. He didn't have his friends list blocked, so I was able to see all his friends. What I saw and what I felt that night will always haunt me. He had over 200 friends, and all of them were young men between the ages of 14 to 18. I was so sick as I saw some of the boys were shirtless in their boxers or worse. It's not the fact that he's into men that freaked me out. No, I wouldn't care if he was gay. But this man was targeting young men. Terry was in his 40s. This is why he wanted to know if my brother had a Facebook account. He wanted to add him in his sick boy list. I was shaking as I realized what kind of man this was. I loved my godmother, but this was just sick. I told my parents and reported his account. My dad was shocked, but he also wasn't too surprised because...
Hey, how do y'all know somebody is a pedophile? Like, for me, like, there's a couple of different ways I can tell, but like on some real shit, me, I know I'm not even playing. I'm dead ass. I know somebody that knows somebody that's dating somebody that's a pedophile. Cause I mean they're grown now, but it's some years apart. Like I think the person was 16. Then the other person was 21 in America. I know other countries is kind. I don't know the ages, but like that's just weird. It's even weird when you like 18, but like 18. Like there's a difference between saying like 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 18, and then so that y'all know the difference between 18 and then saying 18. I think like 18 is like you just turned 18. And then saying like 18 is like you've been 18 for like a few months, like a like a few months. But it's just like how they said it. It's like, how are you 21 looking at a 16-year-old and be like, damn, I want that? Like, what? Oh, God. How do you look at a kid and just be like, I don't know if I can wait till you 18. Like, what the hell?
Terry was reported for selling drugs to kids and touching them on the news one day. I found out the case was dropped because the boys said they were lying. But now I wonder, were they really lying?
No.
Since then, we stopped talking to my godmother and her sick brother. His Facebook account was taken down, but I know he's still out there targeting young men. I still have nightmares of him going after me and my brother.
Jesus. It's crazy.
My parents
recently... It's crazy and disturbing how some pedophiles just be getting away with shit and they still out there. That's crazy.
A cabin in the woods, and we'd always spend our weekends up there. My little sister would always go with them, so I spent a lot of time home alone over the weekends. One evening, I was bored out of my mind, so I plopped my butt down and played some Legend of Zelda. Now, over the years of living in this house, I developed some kind of natural reaction. Every now and again, whenever my parents needed me, they would call me from the top of the stairs. And for the record, my room was in the basement. Then I would pause the game or stop what I was doing and walk to the stairs and ask them what they needed. And it happened very often. So often, I keep an ear out for the faintest sound coming from upstairs. This one particular night, as I was playing Zelda, I heard someone call my name from upstairs.
Brandon?
Alright.
With this natural instinct kicking in, I got up and walked toward the stairs. It wasn't until I was about halfway to the stairs did I remember that my parents were not home. Maybe my mind was playing tricks on me or something.
It is, because it's like, you know damn well, like, your dad don't call you by your first name. It's raining. Damn. But you know damn well your dad don't be calling you by your first name. Like, he'll call you, like, B, or, like, sometimes, a kid, like, or cluckers. I would lose my shit if somebody ever called their kid cluckers or clucky. Oh my God.
I returned back to the land of Hyrule until I heard my name called again.
Brandon?
This time, it was louder, and the voice wasn't my father's. In fact, it wasn't anyone from my family's voice. Maybe a neighbor's? But I know my neighbors well, and I didn't recognize the voice. I bolted upstairs to investigate, shouting for a response. I got none. I looked out the window in our dining room area that gave me a good view of our street. I live in a house at the far end of a cul-de-sac, so we can see every house on the street. Right before the street opens into the big circle of asphalt, there was a dim streetlight illuminating the street. Standing directly under the light was a dark and shadowy figure. I tried to see if I could recognize him, but I couldn't, until I realized something about the man that made my blood freeze in horror. The man had no shadow, and I know that because he was directly under a light source.
Oh no!
His shadow would be beneath him, but no. I looked in between the legs. No shadow whatsoever. Suddenly, the streetlight flickered for a split second, and the shadow man disappeared. I then ran frantically around the house, making sure every door and window was locked and secured. I then locked myself in a closet beneath the staircase and played Pokemon on my DS for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I do not remember this video from Mr. Nightmare. If you know your parents, like know them, and you know how they talk, and you know how they get your attention, either by saying your name or not saying your name, then you have no reason to be curious and shit. Like, oh my God. Like, say for instance, your name is like Ashley. 9 times out of 10, one of your parents or both of your parents is gonna say Ash. Or, Clucky. Like, you know what I mean? Not your full like Ashley. They might say like your first and last, like not just your first name. Nah. So that's a red flag right there. Check the child. I cannot express this enough. Check the checklist. Check the checklist. Nobody check the checklist. Ain't nobody. I just cannot express that enough. If there's any videos you want me to react to, let me know that in the comment section below. Keep it cool. Keep it classy. And I love you. Stay happy. My family.